So I thought I'd make a short little video on how I made a cart to carry my jet sled. I saw a friend do something really similar to this and got a great idea. And I thought, well, this is something I need to do because I'm sick of dragging my sled around places where there's no water and I have to go over land. And I used one of these that was someone else's, something very similar, and it was just a dream. I'll show you what I did here. This is a double jogging stroller. I don't know the brand. I know that Baby Trend Expeditions work for this really well, but this wasn't a Baby Trend. I don't think. Anyway, it's a jet sled. This is a 24-inch wide jet sled, and really to do this, it needs to be 24 inches wide to fit snugly between the bars. And you can see it's exactly a good fit. And then what's great about it is it has the bicycle tires on it, so it's got big tires to go over more rough terrain than little tires would. Let me just push it, and I'll just show you how easy. I mean, it just pushes like nothing. You can push it with one hand. You can steer it just that easy. You can, and what I'm going to do is I was going to put some kind of a rack up here to put something else, but I decided just to leave it. I didn't want anything in the way, because what I do is I can get about 24 deeks in here with my pack and my gun with no problem at all. And then I use a bungee over the top of it, or at least I did. This is brand new. The one I used, that's what I did. You can see it fits in there really nice. And everything about the cart still works, so it folds up. So let me show you. You can take your sled out when you get to where you're going. It is a snug fit, but it does slide right out. And sometimes it helps to jimmy the you can see there, I'm trying to do this all one-handed, but anyway, it comes right out. And you can see I took out the seats and I did a couple things. The person that I borrowed this from and got this idea from used a piece of plywood across here, and then he always has to put the plywood on after he gets it out of his car. And I was really trying to see how I could do this without having to do that, plus make it lighter by not having the plywood. So what I did, and I'll show you the seat and where I took it off, and I'll show you exactly where I changed it. I put this bar on right here, and you can see, let me get back down here, maybe I'll see better. Well, you can see the two screws right there that I put in, and it's a piece of EMT conduit, a 1/2 inch. And I have a pipe bender, and I bent it. If you don't have a bender, or you don't want to use that pipe, you could just get a flat bar and put a cross there too. Just go buy a piece of flat stock and drill it. And you could put the flat stock right down here at this level. Now, I had to figure this all out with the highest point that the sled's going to hit, and that highest point's right here. And that's exactly 1.5 inches higher than here. So I put a piece of 1.5 inch stock up here because I needed something a little thicker than a pipe, and it was the perfect, the size of a 1x or a 2x4 cut in half is exactly the right thickness. So I just put it across there, so it's supported there, and it's supported there, and it's supported right across the middle. And this way I don't have to have a piece of plywood to take on and off of it. All I have to do, let me see if I can do this while I'm holding the phone. No, I don't think I can. But I can easily collapse this, and it still collapses. It doesn't get very small, unfortunately, but it does collapse and it does get smaller. And that's why I had to keep the center pieces here intact so that all the mechanisms could work. So there was a piece in the middle I had to take out, and you can see here I used the grinder just to grind that off, and right there, a grinder it went right down through the middle, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. I'll show you what I took out. This is really most of what I took out. And you can see that's the top part that I ground. And there is a mechanism in the metal right there. It's the same mechanism. And then I ground off, you can see where I grounded off there. So this is the middle part that was in there. And this was just all the nylon webbing and everything that was the seats. And then, so it's really, really simple. When you look at it, that's all I did was grind these two places, take off all the webbing first, take a bunch of screws out, get the webbing or all the nylon seats out, nylon straps, which is just a bunch of little screws is all that was. And then all I had to do was fabricate that bar that you see right here, this one right here, and I'll show it to you again from the back. And I had to kind of figure out what level to make it and so on. Let me see if I can turn it on the side, maybe that'd be easier for me to do. And you can see, here it is, right here. These two screws I put in, I drilled that and put two screws in both sides. And this is at the same level. If you hold a board across here, it'll hit the bar up front and the piece of wood up in the front. And that's all there is to it. And I'm telling you, for pushing that sled full of stuff, it is a dream. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. If anybody has any questions or anything, just give me a holler and leave a comment, and I'll answer it. And then next time I use it, maybe I'll do a little short video on actually it being used or in use. You can see how it rolls and how convenient it is. Again, it's not super small. I have an avalanche right here, and I'm going to probably strap it to the top on the back of the bed, because all my other stuff fits in my trunk real easy or in the back of the bed. So this will ride on top probably. Anyway, like I said, leave any comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.